Hi, I'm Kevin from Vantage TEFL, and today I want to talk to you about a new ebook that we put out. This is in response to a lot of questions we've got over the years, or particularly the last year and a half. And it's a free download from our website. We call it a roadmap to teaching in Thailand, to TEFL teaching in Thailand. But really, the first part of the book is about TEFL in general, and specifically then the EFL industry, the English language teaching industry in particular. We have a number, the table of contents is quite impressive actually. For example, this book is, I've looked at a lot of different guides out there for TEFL, but very few of them even talk about the methodology. We teach the communicative approach, and the communicative approach is a modern way of teaching languages that, I won't say de-emphasize grammar, but it teaches grammar in context, like you've learned the language, rather than a memorization in terms of how you traditionally teach it in school. You know, like in school you might learn the simple present where you have a subject, verb, and an object, and you make sentences. With the communicative approach, you start communicating. You might say, what are your daily activities? My daily activities are, I get up at 7 o'clock, I have breakfast at 7:30, I go to work at 8 o'clock. You're using the present simple, but you're not labeling it as grammar. And it's a very effective way of teaching languages because it gets the students engaged. At any rate, the book covers that in a very brief form, plus there's links to a video if you want more information. We also talk about other things in there, like practice teaching. One of the things I don't understand is why anyone would take a TEFL without practice teaching. Because it's like learning how to drive a car without ever getting behind the wheel. Would you want to learn how to play guitar with just reading a book? Or would you want to put the guitar in your hands and start strumming? It's the same with anything. These activities are skill-based activities, and skill-based are things you can't memorize. You have to actually learn through practice. And learning through observed teaching practice, where an observer actually gives you feedback, is a really huge jumpstart in your development of teaching skills. So whatever you do, don't do a TEFL without a practicum. We also talk about other things. You know, we just pick this thing up. Yeah, we talk about accreditation. It's very important that this is an investment that you're going to make for the rest of your life or the rest of your teaching career. So if you take a shortcut and do a TEFL that's really not accredited or verified by anyone, it may be rejected as you get more experience and want to get involved in better schools. We talk about the world of English teaching in terms of the industry, how it's growing, things of that nature. That's nice to know, because if you want to get into a field, you want to get into a field that's dynamic and growing, and not the one that's static and declining. We take a look at teaching English online, which is one of the most dynamic parts of the English teaching world, especially since the coronavirus crisis. In China alone, there's 4 companies investing $500 million in online teaching, mostly of young kids. So we look at that, and we've got links to videos and that for further information. The second part of the guide, we then go into more specifically to Thailand, but a lot of the things that we talk even there can be applied to any country. We talk about 5 keys to finding a TEFL job. Some key things that you want to think about before you travel to a country. If you, right now with the coronavirus in full swing, you can't really travel around the world anymore, but we think that's not going to last forever. We think sometime in the near to medium future, we should be going back to normal on that. And so the travel will open up. That means that if you want to teach in Thailand or Vietnam or China or wherever, Argentina, you really should consider doing a TEFL in the country that you want to teach in initially. Why? Because you're going to get a free cultural immersion on top of your TEFL training, and that's invaluable. It's invaluable practice. For specifically, we talk about in the Thailand aspect, we talk about Thailand costs, how much it costs to live here, the average salaries for a number of jobs. And we have a nice infographic that tells you about the different kinds of jobs that a TEFL certified teacher can apply for. It's not just teaching kids in school. There's universities, there's private corporations in business English, there's editing, there's curriculum development. There's a lot of things that the world of teaching really opens up to. And finally, we talk about visa requirements, and we even have a budget planner. Again, this assumes you're going to be flying to a third country to do your TEFL training. So we took a 3-month plan basically, and says, okay, in month 1 you do your TEFL, you have to obviously pay your tuition fees and do your TEFL. Wait months 2, you're looking for a job, and by month 3, you're working, but you don't get paid to the end of that month, so you're still living on your savings. So how much would it cost for like a 3-month period to get TEFL certified and working on your career? In Thailand here, the Thai Minister of Education recently said, he said in February, and he said again just last September, a few weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, he said that Thailand has some 7,000 teachers working here right now, but they need another 10,000 more. And he specifically said that the coronavirus hasn't changed those plans. It's put them on pause, it's slowed everything down, but it hasn't changed those plans. So this book is really a wealth of information. It's not the kind of thing you don't have to sit down and read it in one go. It's about 40 pages, and we think it's packed full of information and links to further information that you need to know to make a decision if you want to get into the TEFL industry. It's on our website, and there's a link to it down below in the description. Don't forget to like this video. This is Kevin, and let me know what you think in the comments below.